Hi! In this demo, we'll take a look at the product screen of configuring your store profile. On the product screen, we're going to specify the settings to match the products between our online store and QuickBooks. And we're going to specify how ECC should handle transactions where items are missing in your QuickBooks company file. First, I will select the product matching criteria. Here, I'm going to select the field to identify products in my online store. You'll notice there are two options. I can use the SKU product ID model, or I can specify the product name. For the field to identify products in QuickBooks, since I'm using QuickBooks Pro Premier for this demo, the only option I see is the item name/item number, which is the unique field in QuickBooks. If I were using point of sale, I would see a few other choices such as item number and ALU. For the purposes of this demo, let's assume that we're going to use the SKU to match the item name or number in QuickBooks. Second, I'm going to configure how to handle missing products. These are the products that I get an order for from my online store, but when ECC tries to post the order into QuickBooks, it doesn't find a matching product. In this case, you have a few choices. First, I can prompt ECC to create the missing product or map it to another item in QuickBooks. ECC will bring a pop-up asking you to map the product to an alternative product in QuickBooks, or you'll have settings to create the item in QuickBooks. The second choice is to automatically create products in QuickBooks if they're not found. Here, I see a setup button gets highlighted. I can select different settings for my default options. If I have most of my items that are inventory parts, cost of goods sold, I can select an asset account, an income account, a tax code, a vendor, the item description, and the purchase description. Based on these default settings, ECC will automatically create the products in QuickBooks, so you don't have to select or prompt for any options, as you see in the first setting. The third option is to use a standard product in place of the missing product. So if you have a large catalog and you choose not to create separate products every single time, you can use the settings to always create a standard product whenever ECC doesn't find a product in QuickBooks. Last but not least, you can flag the order as an error. Now that we've configured how to handle missing products, we can also specify the quantity field to use from QuickBooks to synchronize the items. I can use either the on-hand quantity or the available quantity. After having configured these options, ECC also provides advanced product settings. These are the default settings that ECC will use when creating new products from your QuickBooks to your online store or your online store to QuickBooks. Remember, these options are going to vary depending on the type of QuickBooks you have, and some features may not be available for your particular shopping cart. Be sure to check out the ECC compatibility page for more details. Let's take a quick look at these advanced settings. You'll notice here that I can provide the default options for creating products in QuickBooks. I can also specify the adjustment account for inventory and map manufacturers with QuickBooks vendors. To create products from QuickBooks to the online store, I can also select shipping, tax options. ECC brings in the list of categories for my online store. In the case of Magento, I can also specify an attribute set, and I have a number of different settings for the name, the description, and the availability. Once I've configured the matching criteria, how to handle missing products, specifying the quantity field for syncing, and any advanced settings, I can hit save and continue, and my product settings have now been saved. I'd recommend using the prompt to create missing products as the option to handle missing items, or if you are confident that all of your products match a certain criteria, you can use the automatic create QuickBooks option. So this was a quick overview of the product settings screen for your configuring your store profile.